This episode is brought to you by Buy My Stuff on eBay. Yes, you too can buy my stuff from eBay. Simply search for the seller, Tin Dog Podcast, and you can own some rare and collectible items. From the same people who brought you Buy My Books on Amazon. Check the show notes for a direct link.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to another Tin Dog Podcast. I hope you are enjoying my random rants about TV Doctor Who. Today I want to talk about something new from Big Finish, something that isn't related to any existing IP. Yeah, the range is called Big Finish Originals, and they keep bringing us stuff like Van PD that kind of left field, or stuff a bit like stuff you've already experienced, but this appeared in my inbox. Ocas. Pilot. Know nothing about it. Pressed play. Now here's the thing. Because I hadn't read any descriptions or anything, all I saw was the 4-letter words, and I did read that as Ocas, as in the black and white whales. So in my head there was possibly going to be something about fishing or I don't know, Jaws, possibly. But this was something different. This was something truly original, and it was the sort of thing that, say, 15 years ago, you would have got on Radio 4 in the afternoon, and it would have left you going, okay, that's an interesting approach. That's different. So, what's it all about? Well, first off, can I just say, it's only $3.99. It's download only, and it's absolutely 100% well worth a listen. I'm also not quite sure how it got made, because it's so unlike the stuff that Big Finish do, and I am genuinely intrigued as to where it's going to go. Because we've had a series, a massive long run of fictional dystopias, and nobody's gone down the utopian route. Even the shiny stuff from the 70s, like your Logan's Run, that has never been a truly British thing. We are quite down on our society. We've had 1984. That's the kind of dystopia you get. But this is the story of how we get from here. Things get a lot worse from a certain point of view, and things get arguably a lot better and become an apparent utopia. Now, you know from listening to the way I'm talking that things are going to go either wrong or just left field. Now, there are some people out there who are going to listen to this and go, oh my God, this is the single most left-wing thing that I've ever heard Big Finish come out about. This is the most political piece of fiction. But if you think about it, politics has stopped being left-wing. It's been coming about what's for the good of all versus for the good of the extreme few. And that isn't truly left-wing or right-wing if you think about it. Let me read the synopsis to you, and then you can decide for yourself, because let's face it, in this world, you still can. Greed is a sickness. In the mid-21st century, the country has changed. It is set in the UK. Following a populist revolution, which brought down the entire system of government, society now aims to be more compassionate and equitable. Poverty is a distant memory. Public services are now properly funded, and a separation between the haves and have-nots is a thing of the past. Those responsible for the corruption of the old world, people who abandoned moral principle in pursuit of wealth and power, have been diagnosed with a disorder, Obsessive Capital Accumulation Syndrome. They have been removed from society to undergo treatment and rehabilitation. Without them, the nation has flourished. Making a documentary to commemorate the anniversary of the May 33 riots or events, Leo interviews those who were at the centre of events 20 years before. But as he scratches the surface of the new regime, he finds that the official history does not tell all. Britain may strive to be better for everyone, but utopia comes at a price. This is a cracking new release. Genuinely, it stays with you. Days after listening to it, you go, oh, how did that? Ah, right, okay. And it keeps popping into your head. It makes you go, oh, what was all that about? Oh, yeah. And how do we get that to happen? Now, you know me. I'm more left-wing than the majority of people you'll meet. Okay? I am a fan of the nanny state, if that's what you want to call it. Interference by government, or caring because you're supposed to. It's like the German comedian says, we don't have charity in German. Everyone just pays their taxes and helps. Okay? And that's where I'm kind of at. I mean, let's face it, even my job is all about, actually helping people. Because I believe that people can strive to become better. Now, extreme greed, the sort of thing that, greed is good, the wolves of Wall Street, all of that business, has really developed of late. We have billionaires now. People who, as a hobby, go into space or trying to do something space-like. People whose only real crime is that they're just not funny, and they never will be, but they want to be, so they end up buying Twitter. And things just go horrible. The rise of the right wing, the rise of people who feel that they are allowed to hate because it's almost expected of them. They want to protect what they've got, and they make the outsiders the enemies. Now, here's the thing. I don't know how the outside world reacts to Britain becoming this new semi-utopia, because it just is so realistic as to be the sort of... I said to this in my lecture once, we're too greedy for communism to work. We're too caring for pure capitalism to work. The liberals are frowned upon. It doesn't matter. You know what? I want to do political speech. But of course I'm not bright enough. I'm the sort of person who thinks 2 days later, oh, I could have said that. So you can't get me on a debate. I just know that I think we should care more, and that public sector should be funded better so that the best and the brightest people don't go into the private sector, so that we're left floundering. Is that all right? But then again, once you've got a universal wage, what's to make people strive to be better? What's the point of going to university if all of the technical jobs already exist and can be done almost by AI? Because no one needs to strive to learn something new, because everyone's going to be on the same wage. An existable working... It doesn't matter. These things are the sort of thing that's dealt with here. It sounds very dry and very boring. It's not. It's an actual drama about two people who are either podcasters or working on radio. And let's face it, as they've always said, if you want to organise a revolution, use a radio. If you want to suppress a revolution, use television. And that's where we're at. So this is about a documentary maker looking into what's happened. So you've got an obligatory info dump, but you've also got interviews which come across as real and as of a time. Interviewing old people about stuff that hasn't happened to us yet. So as far as I'm concerned, this is absolutely worth listening to. Go out of your way. Spend £4. £4 on this. That's less than now a price of a coffee. You will not be disappointed. It's been written by a series of 3 people, Theo X, Charles Kirby and Andrew Kevin Fawn. And you know what? I am up for the extra episodes. I want to know more. Please support this, because we're in a capitalist world, and buy it so that it can then be made more. And ideas like this can survive and thrive. You know there's a dark underbelly coming, but this just feels likely to happen. And that's terrifying. And hopeful. Until next time, here's the trailer and decide for yourself. That's if there is a trailer. I'm pretty sure there is one. If this goes straight to the end credits, then there wasn't a trailer. Either way, be seeing you.
Maybe it went too far, but we just couldn't carry on.
That's my grandmother, talking about the revolution of May 2033. Hi, my name's Leo Jansen, and I'm an investigative journalist. I've been approached to produce a documentary in which ordinary people look back at the extraordinary events that took place 20 years ago, and now get to tell their side of the story. A story that changed the entire course of the 21st century.
Things were very different to how they are now, Leo. And back then, nobody had ever heard of Ocas. We just called them greedy bloody sods.
I was a full-on workaholic. To me, money equaled happiness.
Didn't you own your own house?
No, nobody could bloody afford it.
You actually saw people living on the street?
Oh yes, they were everywhere, Leo. But like I said, everyone was struggling. Well, not everyone.
I was fucking obsessed with money. I mean, we all were.
Obsessive Capital Accumulation Syndrome was first recognised as a medical condition in the wake of the affluenza court cases. As of right now, unfortunately, we can only treat people with Ocas, not cure them.
When the public found out what they did to Josie, she became a sort of emblem.
Yeah, but why did it take until May 33 before anyone actually did anything?
Because I didn't realise I had a problem, did I? None of us did.
Why was every generation just constantly kicking the can down the road to their own kids?
Honestly, I don't know.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. All topics discussed are the intellectual property of the copyright owners. No infringement is intended. Why not follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. If you've enjoyed this podcast on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.